I think this is pretty hard to me. I think
Would
it's around like 29 or something.
29 degrees Celsius. How many,
Celsius,
how,
exactly. Yeah.
what is that in Fahrenheit? Because we use
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yes,
Let's see. Hmm. Celsius to Fahrenheit. So
yes.
82 degrees Fahrenheit. 82.
Okay. So that is actually pretty. That's pretty. I think that is hot right now in Chicago. The weather today is a warm day, unusually warm. It's a little raining outside right now, but we have a temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hmm. Okay. So let me introduce a little bit about this class and the only
Okay.
student here. Um, the topic today is about business,
Okay.
specifically talking about business people. Okay, so you can see here on my screen, I've got some of the items of vocabulary with
Okay.
translation as well, right? And this is the question for the part two of the test. This is like describe a successful business person.
Okay.
Yeah, I have model two. And some of the questions for discussions. I planned for a big class, but today there's only one student. The
Oh,
other would be
there
busy.
was a second one. Did they? What happened when I first logged in? I think I saw a second one that they said, "Oh,
Yes,
I'm leaving."
yes. Disconnection. She got
Oh,
disconnection.
disconnection. Before, so you've done part one already, and the student who's online right now, are you a continual student, or is this your first time?
Kim,
Uh,
she's asking you.
yeah, I joined from Mr. Elderly many times, and yeah, and I come back. I come back speaking this time. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm,
well, I don't know you, so can you tell me a little bit about you before we go to part two?
Okay. First of all, my name is Kim, and I'm from province in Vietnam, the south of Vietnam. That is Kiên Giang province. We can be considered a coastal city. Yeah, and I'm 21 years old. I major in translation and interpretation, English in interpretation and translation. Yeah.
Okay, so you traveled outside of Vietnam, so even some of the neighboring countries like Thailand or Cambodia, or even outside of Asia?
Unfortunately, I haven't had any chance to travel outside Vietnam.
mm,
Well, you are definitely in good hands with Eden, because I have known him for more than 10 years now.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
his English has always been really, really good, even when I first met him. So you definitely have a good teacher. No, you don't have a good teacher, you have a great teacher.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, just a
Anything
little
else?
about me. I'm a teacher also, and I actually need to change my name. It says Maestra de Química. That's actually Spanish, and it's Spanish for teacher of chemistry. So that's actually what I am. I am a science teacher here in Chicago, USA. And so, Chicago, if you're not familiar with the United States, Chicago is in the Midwest. So, pretty much the middle and north of the United States, where you can find Chicago, the city, and the state is Illinois. And my current students are grades 9 through 12, so high school. I have grades 10 for chemistry. So those are, we call them sophomores. So the first year students are freshmen, second year students are sophomores, third year students are juniors, and fourth year high school students are called seniors. So I currently have the sophomores, the second year students, and seniors, the fourth year students. To the sophomores, I teach chemistry, and to the seniors, I teach forensic science. And I have been a teacher since before you were born. I've been a
Oh my
teacher.
God.
I've been a teacher since 2001. So if you're 21, I've been a teacher longer than you have been alive.
Interesting. That's cool.
Amazing career story.
Mm, That's nice.
Okay, so we're going to part number 2. Okay, part 2, part 2.
This is describing a successful business person. It's not easy, isn't it?
Yes.
I have a model here. Malita is about
Okay,
the billionaire in Vietnam. And she just reading it out loud.
okay.
So would you like to continue reading, Kim? And
Um,
Melita will help you to correct it.
Okay.
okay. May I read?
Yes, go
Yes,
ahead.
yes.
Okay. One successful business person who comes to mind, pops into my mind immediately is Phạm Nhật Vượng, Vietnam's first billionaire and the founder of Vingroup, a massive conglomerate involved in everything from real estate to smartphones. I learned about him when reading through some news articles and documentaries about successful Vietnamese entrepreneurs. To be honest, that topic is not my cup of tea, but he's quite a prominent figure and he's been all over the news about business, so it's hard to miss his story. To miss his story. Um, Mr. Wu's journey is actually super interesting. He started things off by studying in Russia, which was quite a common destination for successful Vietnamese people back then. Believe it or not, this entrepreneur then built a successful instant noodle business in Ukraine in the 90s. This entrepreneur spirit definitely came in handy when he returned to Vietnam and embarked on a career in real estate with Vincom. He seems to be in his element in this field. Through some smart moves and expansion, it eventually morphed into Vingroup. If you were born in Vietnam, you would probably know the next part, since this massive conglomerate is now the biggest player in the Vietnamese business world. Okay.
So how about that?
One of the things I actually like, Tien, about your reading is that you actually pay attention to the punctuation, because sometimes students will see the period or see the comma and they won't pause. So the fact that you actually pay attention to the punctuation is really good.
Okay, thank you.
What about her pronunciation? Do you understand her?
Yes, yes. There are some words that are pronounced a little different than how, let's say, we would pronounce it. But even just like in Vietnam, in United States, we have different accents. So my Midwestern accent is very different than the accent from New York, USA, or Texas, USA, or California, USA. So because we have different accents here, and you have different accents as well, so you can, because of our accents, you can say, oh, I know that she's from Southern Vietnam, or she is from Central Vietnam, or she's, from Northern Vietnam. Same thing here in the United States. So as far as her pronunciation goes, I think everything was actually pretty good, pretty good.
Cool. It's very nice.
Okay, thank you for your compliment. Yeah.
Ying Huang, do you want to talk? Hello.
Oh, hi, teacher.
Yes. Yes. Melita, this is another student.
Hello, hello. Let me do a wave for you so you can see me. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Can you introduce
Teacher.
yourself to her, Ying?
Uh, hi. How are
Her
you?
name is Melita.
Melissa.
Uh-huh.
My name is Hoàng Yến. Currently I'm medical student in Ho Chi Minh City. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. Well, so she's actually in my general category because if you are a medical student, what I took in is that I am a chemistry teacher. So I'm a science teacher. I teach chemistry and forensic science, but I've also taught classes like biology and environmental science as well. So, because you are medical students, several of the classes that you would have to take, like anatomy, physiology, or chemistry, those are classes that is a part of my curriculum as well.
Mm. Yeah, she has to learn a lot about chemistry in medical
Yeah.
school.
At least 2 years worth for sure. Typically, medical school is mostly biology, but at least here in the USA, students have to, and for an undergraduate, they definitely have to take at least 2 years of chemistry for sure.
It's gonna be difficult.
But she can do it. She can do it. She can do it. Just have confidence in your ability, and then you can be successful, whatever you choose to do in life.
Which year are you in now, Ying? When will you graduate from school?
Maybe August 20. I hope so.
Oh, okay. Tell her about your plan after graduating from the medical school. What will you do?
I don't know, but I I I will looking for a job in the hospitals to certificate. Yeah.
What um field or what specialty are you interested in the health field, in the medical field? Are you interested in obstetrics and gynecology? Are you interested in family medicine? Do you want to be a surgeon? Specifically, what would you like to do with a medical degree?
Mm, uh,
Specialty.
about no, special.
Which one?
Maybe in I don't know this word, but about clinical, like
Pediatrics. That's gonna be a good one.
So
say
you would like to work with children? That's your specialty. You would like to work with children?
She
yes,
said that she
sure.
doesn't know the word, but I guess it's gonna be that one because working with children gonna be a very good career.
Yes, yes. Babies are always being born.
True. Yeah. Okay. So the topic today is about business. So let's ask some questions related to business. Uh, well, Melita, do you have any questions to ask her about business?
Yes. So, this is not on the story that you just read or the information that you just read, but anyone that's in this chat right now. So I see 3 students. So anyone that's in this chat right now, on the television, I saw a documentary about um, the noodle maker, Vin Phum. Is that the name of the company?
What is the name?
I think it's Vin Phum. It is like
Oh,
it's the
okay.
it's the big noodle company, the big noodle company. So can you
Vifon.
just yeah,
Vifon.
VFun. That's it.
Mm.
VFun. So VFun is all, I mean, you can find at least here in Chicago because we have a large Vietnamese community. But even when I went to the Polish grocery store, I saw noodles that was in Polish. And when I looked at where it was made, it said Vietnam. And a lot of the juices that we have here, like at the Mexican grocery store, when I look at where it's coming from, it says made in Vietnam. So like the passion fruit or the mango, like that. So can you tell me about a business? Can you, because you're coastal, at least one person said that you're coastal. Can you tell me about the major businesses that is in your region?
So now we have 3 students who want
Okay.
to talk first.
As I mentioned earlier, I live in a coastal province. So, as far as I'm concerned, my province, Kiên Giang, is major in how I say fishery. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what products? What company that is famous
Yes,
there?
exactly. That's what I was going to ask, Eden, like what company and what you said fishery, but fishery is a lot. So what does that mean?
Yep, have to be more specific, Kim.
Actually, I don't really know what company, but I think it's many retail.
What about fish sauce? Fish sauce is a
Fish
good one to
sauce.
go
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Okay.
Fish sauce. In Phú Quốc. Yeah. It is made from cá cơm.
Okay. I don't know the name of that kind of fish. Melita, you know the fish sauce from Vietnam, right?
Yeah, I think it's made from anchovies.
Oh,
It may
anchovy.
be, it may be anchovies. I think maybe it's anchovies because it's the little tiny fish that's fermented, right?
Yeah, fermented.
Yes.
Fermentation.
Yes.
True. Okay, next one. Ian, what about you?
Actually, I was on in Ho Chi Minh City, so maybe
Ho Chi Minh City also has a lot of big businesses because it's a huge city.
I guess um
Which one?
So
mm,
the products that you buy when you go to when you go to the store, like a market versus like the grocery store versus let's say a farmer's market, who is what is the name that's on that product? So what is like the biggest like brands maybe in Ho Chi Minh City in regards to food items or clothing items? What's the biggest brand? What are the biggest brands? Because that will dictate who the business persons are.
I think the business in Ho Chi Minh City strong is uh, a service business.
So
Oh,
the service
service one.
industry. So what is the biggest hotel brand?
Oh, interesting. I
So
got
I
my
have not traveled to Ho Chi Minh City before.
yeah.
So if I've traveled to Ho Chi Minh City, um, what hotel should I stay in? So what is the most popular brand? What do most people stay? Visitors or tourists?
New World. Uh,
New World. Oh,
New World.
tell her more about that. What? You just know the name?
What about banking? So what is the bank that is common in Vietnam, specifically in your city, in Ho Chi Minh City?
Yes, there are a lot of banks, but I use TP Bank, but I guess it's not large. I think ACB Bank is the largest bank in Vietnam.
Well, my bank actually is Citibank.
Yes.
Citibank.
Yes, my bank is Citibank. So typically when I travel, I actually like to go to countries that also have city as well. So then I don't have to worry about like getting a special like ATM card because my card works internationally as well. So whenever there's a Citibank, if I can find a Citibank or Citicorp, then that's where I try to go.
Mm, cool. In Vietnam, we actually have like a big four, I think, for the four biggest banks in Vietnam. BIDV. What else? I just remember BIDV. That's the most famous one.
Sacombank.
Yep. Second.
Vietcombank.
True. That's right.
And are
Yes.
these banks throughout the entire country, or is it specific to a certain region?
Nationwide.
Oh, nationwide. Okay.
Right. Very big. Many branches. So now we can talk about how to become a successful business person. Okay. Can you ask them about that, Melita? About their
So,
career.
So both of you all have actually expressed a career that's not really in the business scheme of things. It's not in the business industry. So can you first tell us why you were not interested in a career in business, whether it's banking, or why are you not interested in a career in business? So why do you say, oh, I would like to go into the health related field, for example? Why not business?
Think and answer. Kim and E.
Because I think when it comes to business, we need to have more risk, and I think I don't have a knack for business, and I don't dare to take a risk because once I take a risk, I will lose all the investment. And also in the bank field, I don't feel very comfortable about the time, the work time. So I want to choose the work that is flexible in terms of time. Yeah. And also bank is very limited in the company, and it's hard to open a a, a, a business bank. Yeah. Because it needs a lot of investment.
I definitely agree with you there because a lot of persons who are interested in business, they are risk takers, and it doesn't matter what the business is. You could be, for example, in real estate right now because of like the recession. It is a buyer's market versus a seller's market. So if you are trying to sell property, you may not be able to get a lot of persons to buy, that property, or you're going to have to reduce your asking price or your selling price so low to get people to actually buy whatever you're trying to sell. So you're definitely correct. It is especially if you're into things like stocks, so many companies are becoming bankrupt right now here in the United States. Every time I turn on the news, there is this company has filed for bankruptcy. This company has filed for bankruptcy. One of the biggest issues is, of course, commerce. So a lot of these stores that are brick and mortar, so a lot of these stores that are now available, because so many people are buying on Amazon or Temu or all these other different places, that is online. A lot of these stores, people are not physically going to a store to do any shopping. So all of these companies are just they're losing money, and they're like, we're just going to close all of the stores. But you're right. If you're in business, you definitely have to be a person that is interested in taking a risk for sure.
Im and Yến, can you follow her? Hmm? Can you follow?
Yes, I understand, Miss Mestra said. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Maybe Yến might have a little bit problem understanding.
Oh, I can't understand.
Yeah, that's good.
Like,
The brick and mortar store is like a physical store, as opposed to the online one. Okay. I don't remember teaching about that works before. Okay, continue. It's your turn, E. Answer the question.
Okay, sorry about that. I forget some terminology you may not have actually encountered. So if that is the case, if there's any word that I say that you have not heard before, stop me, pause me. So then I can give you maybe a definition, or maybe Eden can give a translation
Yeah,
of something
I
that
can
is
explain. Yeah.
similar. Yes, yes.
Ying, answer the question. It's your turn.
to repeat the questions. Uh,
Oh, what is the question again? She doesn't remember.
Oh, so why did you choose to go into the health related field, for example, instead of business?
oh, why I choose medical field?
In,
Mhm.
instead of business.
Mm, Actually, in Vietnam, I think that medical field is have some similar point in business field. Like, you can open the clinical room and run it like your business.
So she said that she can actually do business in the medical field.
That is true. That is true. So, for example, my sister, she is a nurse in the NICU. So the NICU, of course, is the neonatal intensive care unit. So that's where she is a nurse. She works 12-hour shifts. So she works from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. the next day. And she typically has 2 or 3 patients a night in the NICU. So the NICU, of course, is the babies who were born early, the babies who may have health issues when they are born. So those are the babies that she typically works with. But there are persons, every place, whether it is a school like where I work at or a hospital, there has to be some persons that run those places, and that's where business comes into play. So I'm the teacher at my school, but the principal of the school, she and the vice principals, they are the ones that run the school. They don't do any teaching, but they run the school. So that's it. That's definitely where business will come into play. Someone has to run the hospital. Someone has to be responsible for the bills that that hospital will incur. How is their electricity? How is their running water? How is their instruments that's used for the surgeries? Business comes into play for sure. But you have to have a different training though, in order to go into the business side of the medical field.
Oh, cool. That's interesting.
So I there's to be a teacher, you have to have certain traits, characteristics, and also to be in business, you also have to have certain traits or characteristics as well. So, for example, you should have leadership. I mean, if you are in business, you definitely should be able to lead the persons you are working with, those who are working under you. So you have to have that leadership ability. I like the fact that it was stated that you have to be able to take risk, because and when you take risks, you need to have a clear approach on what you're doing and a backup plan. So a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. You definitely have to be very passionate. You have to be motivated. You have to even be creative to come up with solutions for whatever task you may be trying to accomplish in your area of business. But even though that's specifically for business, that's for other careers as well. It doesn't matter what you choose to do in life. You have to be motivated, because otherwise it becomes a chore for you, and you say, oh, why do I have to go into work today? Oh, I don't want to go into work. Oh, but if you love what you do, it doesn't matter what the job is. You can do it nonstop, and you'll be happy. So that's the question at hand as well right now. What is more important, happiness or money?
Oh, it's a tricky one to answer. Happiness or money? Kim, what do you think?
From my materialistic perspective, I think money will lead to happiness. So I think money will be equivalent to happiness. So the more we have money, the happier we are, because with money we can meet the basic necessities in our life, and also satisfy our desire for something. So I think money will lead us happiness and will be the catalyst for happiness. Yeah.
What do you think, Melita?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Well, in the early stages, so this is like then, because when I was younger, of course, money was more of importance, but that's primarily because I had to pay off my student loan, for example. So in order for me to go to graduate school, I had to take out the student loan, but you have to pay it back. Right. And when you finish with your education and you have to pay back, I don't know the education system there, but here, typically you may get loans if you don't have a lot of money to pay just for your education. But right now, for me, I don't have to be wealthy. I don't have to be rich, as long as I have enough money to cover the necessities. So, for example, I have a car, and this car I bought new in 2005. Right now it's 2024. But guess what? We have to do another conversion here. I only have like 39,000 miles on that car. So you're going to have to convert from miles to kilometers, which is a very, 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 very low number given the amount of years that I have that car. And every time I take my car in for some service, they say, oh, there's so many low miles. It's so low. It's so low. Do you even drive the car? Well, my school is downtown Chicago, so I could take the public transportation. We have a bus system. We have a subway system. So I don't have to drive where I need to go. But right now, I don't have any debt. I don't have car debt. I don't have credit card debt. I don't have house debt. So because of that, I don't need a lot of money because I don't have to pay off creditors.
Cool. That's good.
Cool.
But as a 21-year-old, you want you want the latest cellular phone. You want a good computer. You want the latest fashions. You want to be able to go to the coffee shops and have your cafe con egg, whatever. You know, you
Yeah.
want to be able to have, or you want to. I notice a lot of Southeast Asians. They like many things from East Asia, like South Korea. So you want the beauty products. So all of those things cost money. And if you want the American brands like the Nike and all of that, or you want the Italian brands for clothing, all of that costs money. But for me, I don't have to wear designer fashion or clothes like that. It's not of importance to me. As maybe a younger person, but definitely I liked how you started my materialistic self. So starting off
Interesting answer.
starting off that way is definitely a good way to start the answer of the question.
Good. Oh, we have another student. Hello, Jane. Do you want to talk? Hello, hello. Oh, she cannot talk, I guess. Okay. Ian, do you want to answer that question as well? Money or happiness for you, for a doctor, from doctor perspective?
Uh, Actually, maybe 5 years ago when I was 18, I think happiness is very important. So that's why I choose my major. But now I think money is very important in the society. Like, and I don't know what happened, but no, with no money, it actually is really bad. Yeah. Maybe money uh maybe money can give you happiness, but with no money, it's definitely bad. Is it?
I think it definitely depends upon where you live. Because if you are, for example, if you belong to a tribe, and there are lots of tribes still very prevalent throughout the world, and in some of those tribes, they may not have a lot of the electronics and things that we have when we live in, let's say, a bigger city. So you can't miss what you've never had. So if you've never had a big screen TV, you can't miss a big screen TV. If you've never had these $500 US dollar shoes, you can't miss those shoes. So it's sometimes as people say that the more money you have, you just want to make more money and you want to make more money, and may not necessarily buy happiness for you, even though you think it could buy happiness for you, because in the end, when you pass, when you die, you're not taking that money with you.
Mhm.
Yes, you say it right.
Interesting.
I don't know if you know about a monk in Vietnam.
A
Um,
monk.
About the
monk,
monks.
a monk,
A monk. It
Yes,
is someone in the pagoda.
yes. So
Buddhist.
my religion is Catholic. However, again, because I am a teacher, one of my students who is Vietnamese, his family invited me to go to temple with them for the for Tet, protect. So when I went to temple with them, that's when I saw the monks. So we were there and we had the vegetarian food. And the monk, he gave me a red envelope, and inside the red envelope was $2 US bill. So yes, I'm familiar with the monks, and also I've traveled to Thailand many times, and they are a Buddhist country for the most part. So monks are all over.
Maybe you will know Thích Minh Tuệ. He's not calling himself a monk, but everyone in Vietnam considers him as a monk because he followed how I say the moral of the Buddha. Like he walks 6 years and he doesn't ask for money. He just asks for food and just one meal a day, not 3 meals like us.
Well, that is definitely the true monk, because here we have here in Chicago and in New York City, USA, we have a lot of fake monks, and these fake monks, what they do is they wear the robe, like the robes that maybe some of the monks wear, and then they have these bracelets, and then when you're walking by, they'll put a bracelet on your arm, and then they'll say, give me $20 US. Like, wait a minute, whoa. You know, I didn't ask for this bracelet. So those are the fake monks, where you think because they look like monks and you associate them with like religion, they're really just scammers. They're scam artists, and the only thing they're doing is just trying to get your money from you. And it's all fake. So if I don't see you inside of a temple, then I don't believe you are a monk.
Mm. Yes, yeah, we also have that kind of thing here. Okay, sadly.
But what about you, Eden? Money or happiness?
Well, yeah, it also depends on the age, the time. When I was young, it would be different. Now I have a family, I have a daughter, so I
Yes.
just want to live happily with my family, like nurturing my daughter. And well, if I want to have a lot of money, I would have to work for full time for the English Center. That means that I would have no time for my daughter. And
Right.
that could be the worst thing.
Right.
So looking for a balance then.
But when you are free and you have no ties to like a family, like you said, where you have to be the one that maybe takes care of your child, or even as a 21-year-old, maybe you have to help take care of your mom or grandma or someone like that. So it is very expensive for a
Mm,
hospital.
no, that's true. Yes. Anyway, this is still very difficult question that maybe that you have to spend a whole life answering.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct, because that is it doesn't, even though business carries more of a risk, there's other industries as well. Like I said, many of the brick and mortar stores, they're closing. Okay, when those stores are closing, those persons who worked in that store, maybe for a long period of time, they no longer have a job, right? So you could have all of this money today, and tomorrow it could all be gone. So what has been said is as follows: if you are a person who makes your own money, you've gone through all of the hardship to build whatever your company or brand, or you've gone to school to become that doctor, you appreciate your money more than if you are coming from a family that was a wealthy family and everything was just given to you. Because
Yeah.
if you start off poor and work your way to become wealthy, you know what it's like to be poor. But if you've always been wealthy and all of a sudden you become poor, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. And there's so
Yeah.
many persons who are wealthy and they're spending their money on drugs, like
Yeah,
higher
true.
level drugs like cocaine, etc., like that. They're spending their money on drugs. The problem with when you are very wealthy is that you can get out of a lot of things that are bad things that I would not be able to get out of. So, for example, if I was in a car accident or something like that, well, I might have to go to jail. But a person who's very, very wealthy can just bribe the police officers and say, here is whatever 6 million dong. So here, just take this and then just pretend like it didn't happen. So we have the justice system becomes an issue because the wealthier you are, the you can get out of the crime that you are committing.
Yeah, it's happened everywhere. Actually,
Unfortunately.
that's true. Okay, so we are running out of time. Actually, it's already 10 p.m. It's pretty late now, so I think that we should stop the conversation here. Okay. So thank you everyone for attending today. Thank you, Melita.
Yeah, and I hope you have a nice day, Melita. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's hard to pronounce her name, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
in the chat, I put the Vietnamese symbols. Can you actually see it in the chat?
Yeah, I have just seen.
Malita.
So
Right?
you have to, yeah, you have to put the accent on it.
Yeah. Accent mark. Yep.
Yeah, put the accent. If you put the accent mark on it, so the closest way to pronounce my name in Vietnamese is Malita. Malita, but it's Marlita. That's the actual pronunciation. But the closest for the Vietnamese would be the Malita.
Okay.
Yep. Interesting. She's trying to learn Vietnamese too. Right.
I took Vietnamese a long time ago. And well, as I was telling Eden, the biggest challenge that I had with the Vietnamese language are the tones.
That's true.
And because I can't differentiate between like the middle, high, low, like the tones. So I could be telling you oh, I love the sun, but in reality, when I pronounce it, could be I love the devil. I don't know. Because
Yeah, it will become a different words with
it will
different
become
meanings.
it will become a different word just because of the pronunciation. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm glad I was able to meet you all today, and perhaps you'll see me again because I hadn't been online for quite some time, and I'm back. I'm back.
Mhm.
So perhaps you'll see me again at one of your other sessions. I actually asked Eden which, like, for his instruction, when does he have classes for maybe higher level students? And he said today is when he has classes for the higher level students. So you may see me again. You may see me again one of these days.
Okay, thank you, Melita. Thanking everyone.
Okay.
Okay. I hope to see you again, Melita.
Okay. Have a good
Goodbye,
evening. Have a good
Melita.
evening. Have a good evening.
Okay.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.